I lay there in the dim glow of our bedroom lamp, my hand hovering just above Sarah's waist, the air thick with the scent of her lavender shampoo. "Not tonight, Mark," she murmured, turning away, her voice flat like a door slamming shut. I pulled back, heart sinking, but forced a smile. "Okay, babe, whatever you need." When I suggested intimacy, she sighed and said, "Just use your hand." "I'm tired." The words hit like a punch, but I swallowed them down, rolling over to stare at the ceiling. We'd been married 8 years, through job losses, family drama, even that scare with her mom's cancer. It felt like a crack in the foundation, but I told myself it was stress from her new promotion. Little did I know, that rejection was the first thread unraveling the lie I'd built my life on. The next morning, I woke to the clatter of her phone buzzing on the nightstand. She snatched it up before I could glance, her fingers flying across the screen. "Work stuff," she said with a quick kiss on my cheek, but her eyes darted away. I nodded, pouring coffee, ignoring the knot in my gut. Sarah had always been the organized one, the planner who kept our world spinning. Me? I was the dreamer, the graphic designer who worked from home, sketching logos while she climbed the corporate ladder at her marketing firm. Lately, though, her late nights at the office stretched longer. Her laughter at dinner seemed forced. I chalked it up to exhaustion, but as I sipped my coffee alone, watching her rush out the door in that new red blouse I didn't remember buying, doubt whispered in my ear. That afternoon, while folding laundry, I found a receipt crumpled in her jeans pocket. Dinner for 2 at La Bella Vita, our anniversary spot. The date was last Thursday, when she'd claimed a team meeting. My pulse quickened. Probably just a client, I muttered to myself, shoving it back. But the seed was planted. I tried to focus on work, but my mind replayed her words from the night before. "Use your hand." It wasn't just rejection. It was dismissal, like I was an afterthought. By evening, when she came home smelling faintly of cologne, not mine, I forced a casual question. "How was your day?" She smiled, too bright. "Busy. Meetings all afternoon." Her phone lit up again, and she silenced it without looking. "Who's that?" I asked lightly. "Just spam," she replied, but her hand trembled slightly as she set it down. Days blurred into a haze of suspicion. I started noticing the little things. Her makeup bag overflowing with new shades, the way she'd angle her screen away when texting. One night, after another cold shoulder in bed, I couldn't sleep. Heart pounding, I slipped out and checked her phone. Unlocked, surprisingly. A message from Alex. "Weck, missed you today. Can't wait for Friday." My stomach dropped. Alex, the new guy in her department she'd mentioned once, dismissively. I scrolled back, flirty emojis, inside jokes, a photo of them at a bar. "You're incredible," he'd written. "He's just a colleague," her reply, but followed by a heart. Denial hit first. Maybe I was misreading. Then anger simmered, hot and unfamiliar. I put the phone down, hands shaking, and crawled back into bed, pretending to sleep as she stirred. The next morning, I confronted her over breakfast, my voice steady despite the storm inside. "Who's Alex?" She froze, fork midway to her mouth. "What do you mean?" I pulled out the receipt, laid it on the table like evidence in a trial. "This, and your texts." Her face crumpled, but not in guilt. At first, it was defiance. "You've been snooping," she snapped. "After everything, you don't trust me." The accusation stung, flipping the script. But I pressed on, voice cracking. "Tell me it's nothing. Please." Tears welled in her eyes. "It's complicated. Work's been hell, and Alex, he listens." Listens? The word echoed, a betrayal sharper than any affair. I'd been here, listening, loving, through it all. But she continued, words tumbling out like confessions long held back. "You've been distant too, buried in your designs." I felt alone. Her admission fueled my heartbreak, a mix of sorrow and rage. Distant. I'd planned surprise dates, cooked her favorites, but she'd canceled half of them for work. We argued then, voices rising in the kitchen that once echoed with laughter. "How long?" I demanded. "A few months," she whispered, collapsing into a chair. Months. The timeline clicked. Her promotion party, where she'd introduced Alex as the new star. I'd shaken his hand, clueless. Now, images flooded, stolen kisses, shared secrets while I waited at home. Denial shattered into anger. How could you? I yelled, slamming my fist on the counter. She flinched. I didn't mean for it to happen. It just did. Her motivation spilled, feeling undervalued at home, excited by his attention. Understandable, maybe, in some twisted way, but it didn't dull the pain ripping through me. I stormed out, driving aimlessly, tears blurring the road. Suspicion had turned to certainty, trust crumbling like sand. Back home that night, we sat in silence, the air heavy. I love you, she said finally, reaching for my hand. I pulled away, but not enough. The words hung there, raw. We talked through the night, her apologies, my accusations, emotions cycling from fury to fragile hope. But deep down, I knew the collapse was irreversible. The woman I'd vowed forever to had chosen someone else, even if momentarily. In the end, I packed a bag the next day, heart heavy but resolute. I need space, I told her, voice breaking. She nodded, tears streaming. As I drove away, glancing back at our house in the rearview, a strange peace settled amid the ache. Betrayal had stripped away illusions, forcing me to face the truth. Love isn't blind, it's a choice. I'd chosen her every day, but she hadn't. Walking into a motel room alone, I felt the weight of loss, but also the spark of something new, self-respect, perhaps. The pain would linger, a scar on my soul, but I'd rebuild. And as I lay there, staring at another ceiling, I wondered if she'd ever truly loved me, or if I'd been just a habit. The question haunted, but it was mine to ponder, a reflection on trust fragility in a world of hidden hearts.